She truly loves you if she gives you these 10 signs. Modern Stoic. What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Men. By 35, you've seen enough talk. If you're wondering whether she truly loves you, stop listening for promises and start observing patterns. Love isn't a pitch, it's behavior repeated over time. Real love is uncommon, but once you can recognize it, you won't bargain with your standards again. We've been sold the idea that you must chase, audition, and overprove your worth. That's backwards. Healthy love doesn't demand a performance. It meets you where you stand. The modern Stoic tests reality, not rhetoric. If you're tired of mixed signals and emotional tug-of-war, this is for you. In this video, I'll break down 10 clear, psychology-backed signs that a woman genuinely values you, and how authentic love shows itself without drama or confusion. Drop real love or nothing in the comments if you're ready to trade exhaustion for clarity. Breathe, square your shoulders, and let's begin. Number 1. She gives you unconditional respect. Let's be blunt. Gentlemen, respect is not a nice bonus in a relationship. It's the bedrock, the spine, the engine oil that keeps everything running smooth. Without it, you're not building love, you're building a ticking time bomb. Don't confuse admiration with respect. A woman can admire your paycheck, your biceps, or your sharp-looking suit, but that admiration is about the exterior. Real respect runs deeper. It's about who you are at your core, not what you display. And here's the cold truth: if she's rolling her eyes at your decisions, mocking your hobbies, or correcting you like you're a boy who can't tie his own shoes, that's not love, that's domination disguised as care. Don't fall for it. Be alert. The old Stoic warned against losing yourself in another's control, and the Blessing of Stoicism teaches you that respect is non-negotiable. A woman who truly loves you will respect your opinions even when she disagrees. She will guard your dignity in public, and she'll save her critiques for private moments like a loyal partner, not a courtroom prosecutor. If she tries to undermine you in front of friends, family, or colleagues, that's a betrayal of respect. And once respect leaks out of the ship, love is not far behind. Don't ignore how she speaks about you when you're not around, because that's the purest test. Does she brag about you to her friends, or does she casually chip away at your character with snide comments? That is where her real view of you surfaces. Respect isn't just shown in the grand gestures, it's in the daily grind, the way she honors your boundaries, the way she values your time, even the way she treats the small quirks that make you, you. Don't make the rookie mistake of thinking constant criticism equals deep devotion. That is control, and control is poison. And real love says, I trust you to lead, even when I might steer differently. Real love doesn't need a leash. A modern Stoic must remember this if she can't respect you in the little things, like your taste in music or your Saturday hobbies. She won't respect you when life throws the big storms. Be wise enough to see it early, and strong enough to walk away if respect is missing. Because without it, you're gambling your peace, and no man who understands the blessing of Stoicism gambles with his peace. Respect is the litmus test, the red line, the immovable standard. Don't compromise, don't excuse it, don't settle. An old Stoic once said, "Loss of respect is loss of everything," and he was right. You must stand firm, because the man who tolerates disrespect is the man who will soon tolerate misery. Don't be that man. Be the man who knows that love without respect isn't love at all. It's a slow suffocation, and if she gives you unconditional respect, my friend, that's not just love, it's the greatest gift she can offer. Number 2, she encourages your growth. Here's a serious question for you. Is she fueling your fire or pouring water on it? A woman who truly loves you isn't afraid of your ambition. She doesn't shrink back when you dream big. She doesn't roll her eyes when you talk about goals. She leans in, she listens, and then she cheers you on like you're about to run the Super Bowl. That is real love. That is loyalty. Be aware today's world is filled with illusions. Many women are attracted not to you but to the lifestyle you've built. They want the shiny car, the big house, the six-figure income already in place. Don't confuse that with love. That's not love. It's opportunism dressed up in perfume. A woman who genuinely loves you. She'll stand by you when you're broke, bruised, and doubting yourself. She's the one who hands you the towel after life knocks you down. Why? Because she's not in love with the circumstances. She's in love with your vision. She sees the man you can be even when you've lost sight of him yourself. Think about this. Have you ever dated someone who seemed all in while things were good? But the second the road got rocky, they vanished faster than Wi-Fi in the woods. That wasn't love. That was convenience. Real love has staying power. It's tested when the grind gets heavy. And here's the flip side. Not every supportive woman is truly on your team. Some are clever manipulators. They'll push you toward goals that serve them, not you. They'll disguise control as encouragement. Be wise. True encouragement doesn't put a leash on your ambition. It releases it. That's where Stoicism enters the picture. Stoicism teaches us to see beyond appearances, to test what is real. A Stoic man understands that blessings aren't always wrapped in glitter. They're often revealed in hard times. The blessing of Stoicism is that it sharpens your vision. It reminds you if her support disappears when the struggle shows up, she was never invested in you. Here's the test when you stumble, and you will stumble. Does she pack her bags, or does she roll up her sleeves and help you stand if she stays, if she believes in the man you're becoming? That's a sign you found a woman worth keeping. That's a Stoic lesson you can't afford to ignore. Don't be fooled by fake cheerleaders. Be alert, be discerning, because encouragement should make you stronger, not smaller. The right woman doesn't just clap when you win, she helps you fight when you're losing. So remember, this true love is not in the destination, it's in the journey. A woman who loves you won't just wait at the finish line with confetti. She'll walk with you through the mud, through the doubts, through the nights when you're ready to quit. That is love. That is courage. That is the real sign she's with you, not for what you have, but for who you are and who you're becoming. Number 3, she listens to you intently. In a world drowning in noise, where distractions hunt you every second, real listening is a rare act of love. Don't mistake nodding while scrolling for care. Don't confuse polite silence for devotion. If she truly loves you, she listens with her whole being. She listens with her eyes, her body, her presence. She doesn't wait for her turn to speak. She dives into your words, into your worries, into your dreams. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." That is Stoic wisdom, and it applies here. Love shows itself in attention. When you speak of your struggles, she doesn't brush them aside. She leans in. She asks questions. She remembers. And that memory is proof of love. Maybe last week you mentioned the stress of a project. A woman who loves you will circle back and ask how it went, because she cares. Because your world matters to her. If she forgets everything you say, if she tunes out, if her eyes are locked on a screen while your heart bleeds out, don't lie to yourself. That's not love, that's indifference. And indifference kills relationships faster than anger ever could. Listening is not passive, it's action. It's proof. It's commitment. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In the same way, her attention to your words is the color of her soul toward you. In today's modern life, filled with endless notifications and shallow conversations, the ability to give undivided attention is a sacred gift. If she grants you that, you must recognize it, value it, honor it. But if she cannot, you must be decisive. You must be stoic. You must protect your dignity. Don't settle for someone who treats your words like background noise. Don't fool yourself into thinking indifference is just busy energy. That is self-deception. That is weakness. You must demand the kind of love that listens, because listening is respect, and respect is love. Living a stoic life means mastering your emotions, guarding your heart, and demanding truth. A woman who loves you shows it not by grand gestures but by silent attention, by remembering your smallest words, by carrying your struggles as if they were her own. Let's be clear, if she listens, she loves. If she ignores, she doesn't. Simple, sharp, undeniable. The Stoic man sees reality as it is, not as he wishes it to be. Don't excuse inattention. Don't rationalize neglect. Don't cling to indifference. Stand firm. Walk away if she cannot listen. Because your words matter. Your soul matters. Your voice matters. Real love listens. Real love pays attention. Real love remembers. And you must accept nothing less. That is the path of the Stoic. That is the discipline of Stoic principles. That is how you master life, how you win. Not by begging for scraps of attention, but by demanding the respect you deserve. So remember, this love is proven in the act of listening. And if she listens intently, fully, deeply, then and only then, she truly loves you. Number 4, she trusts you with vulnerability. Don't be fooled by the smile, the hustle, the "I'm fine." Be wiser. A woman in love doesn't audition for perfection. She lets the curtain slip and shows the human underneath. That is the signal. Has she ever let her voice shake in front of you? Admitted a fear that sounds silly out loud? Or told you about the scar she hides even from friends? If not, you're dating her highlight reel, not her heart. In a world where everyone performs for the camera, the bravest act is to whisper the truth off stage. You must earn that whisper. A modern Stoic understands that strength isn't stone. Strength is a safe place. The blessing of Stoicism isn't cold detachment. It's calm presence when the storm hits. Don't confuse an old Stoic mask with real courage. Be the man who can sit with her tears without fixing, who can hear the messy backstory without turning it into a verdict. That is intimacy. She'll risk being hurt only when she believes you won't weaponize her honesty. You must notice the small tests, the text that says "rough day. Can we talk?" The confession that she hates conflict but wants to do better. The apology that costs pride. If she takes those steps with you, guard them. If she takes them elsewhere, group chat, sister, or the algorithm, you're not her emotional first call, and that matters. Don't chase the mask, invite the person. Be curious, not interrogating. Be steady, not Stoic statue steady, but modern Stoic steady, the kind of man who breathes, listens, and stays. The blessing of Stoicism shows up as patience when stories come out crooked, as humility when you're part of the problem, as consistency when the headlines in her head scream worst case. Don't flinch when she shares an insecurity you don't understand. Ask for the manual and read it twice. You must show with actions that her soft spots are safe with you. Keep confidences. Follow through. Remember the details she risks telling you at 1A. If she remains polished, guarded, always perfect, then you're loving a mannequin. That is dangerous. A relationship without vulnerability is a beautiful house on sand, impressive until the first hard rain. Be the bedrock. Be the listener she chooses before the world. Be the modern Stoic who proves that an old Stoic pose isn't love, but a warm, open heart anchored by calm is. And when she offers the unfiltered version of herself, accept it like a gift, because that, gentleman, is the quiet proof she truly loves you. If you find this valuable, give it a like, drop a comment below, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom from the modern Stoic. Comment to remember, I welcome vulnerability as the key to real love. Number 5, she prioritizes your well-being. In a world obsessed with selfies, self-care, and self-centered living, finding a woman who actually prioritizes your well-being is like stumbling upon gold in a scrapyard. Rare, valuable, worth holding on to. Most people walk around shouting silently, me, me, me. They want attention, comfort, validation, but rarely do they pause to notice the person next to them. But a woman who truly loves you, she breaks that mold. She doesn't just say she cares, she shows it. She notices the subtle things. This isn't about the robotic. How was your day while scrolling Instagram with one thumb? No. Real love is sharper, more attentive. She notices the slump in your shoulders before you admit you're exhausted. She sees the way your silence weighs heavier than words. She reads your energy like a book you didn't know you were writing. That is love in action. That is awareness. That is what Stoicism would call the blessing of Stoicism. Clear perception without the noise of ego. She does something about it. Love isn't passive, it's active. When she sees you burning out, she doesn't just nod and say tough day. She acts. Maybe she cooks when you're too drained to think. Maybe she tells you to put the laptop away and rest. Maybe she just sits next to you in silence, hand on your shoulder, proving that presence sometimes heals more than words. These aren't small acts. They're love in motion. They're Stoic lessons disguised as casseroles, coffee, and quiet company. It's not about control. Don't get this twisted. A loving woman isn't trying to be your second mother. She's not micromanaging your diet or dictating your bedtime. That's not love. That's control. Real care respects your independence. She wants you to stand strong, not shrink under her shadow. She offers support, not smothering, encouragement, not correction. That's the line between love and control. You must see it clearly, the test of her heart. If she's always chasing her own comfort, her own schedule, her own needs, while you're left invisible, ask yourself the hard question, does she love me? Or is she just using me as a convenience? Because love doesn't vanish when it's inconvenient. Love shows up especially when it costs her something. That's the mark of someone who values your well-being. That is what separates a fleeting fling from a lifelong partner. The Stoic reminder. Stoicism teaches us not to chase empty gestures or shallow promises. What matters is action, intention, and consistency. A woman who truly loves you will put your well-being at the center, not as an obligation, but as a choice. And when she chooses you, when she puts your health, peace, and happiness above her own comfort, that's the real blessing of Stoicism in relationships. Don't overlook this, don't take it lightly. If she prioritizes your well-being, she's not just loving you, she's respecting you. And respect is the foundation of every unshakable bond. So pay attention. Don't settle for less. And remember, in a world full of noise, the woman who sees you, cares for you, and chooses your well-being, she's rare. She's real. and she's worth keeping. Number 6, she defends you in your absence. This is not a small thing. This is the battlefield test of loyalty. In a world consumed by gossip, cheap talk, and people who build their sense of worth by tearing others down, the woman who stands for you when you are not there proves her love in the most decisive way. Don't ignore this. Don't excuse silence. Don't tolerate betrayal disguised as neutrality. When a woman truly loves you, your reputation becomes her reputation. Your honor becomes her honor, and she will not allow anyone, friends, family, co-workers, or strangers, to stain your name. As Marcus Aurelius said, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. That is Stoic wisdom. That is Stoic life. And a woman who loves you lives by that principle for your sake. She will not just quietly disagree, she will shut it down. She will say, "That's my man, and I will not allow this." That is power, that is devotion. And if she doesn't do this, you must face the truth: she does not fully respect you. Respect is the foundation of love. A woman who badmouths her man, even behind closed doors, reveals her loyalty is only to her ego. Don't be deceived. Don't allow yourself to settle for a woman who will not guard your name as fiercely as her own. Remember what Epictetus taught. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. You must demand loyalty. You must expect it. Because protecting your reputation when you cannot protect it yourself is an act of love as real as fidelity in the bedroom. In modern life, where online slander spreads faster than truth, where social circles thrive on negativity, you cannot afford a partner who is passive when you are attacked. You need someone who steps into the fire for you, who stands unshaken when others try to pull you down. That is what real love looks like. That is Stoic principles in action. Don't confuse silence for support. It is not. Don't rationalize disloyalty. It will only corrode your dignity. Loyalty means action. Loyalty means courage. Loyalty means standing tall for the man she loves even when you are not in the room. Let me be clear, you deserve this. Every man living by Stoic life, every man striving to master himself and master his fate, deserves a woman who fights for him with words and with honor. Don't think it's too much to ask. Don't think it's rare to the point of impossible. The truth is, it is rare. But rare is what you deserve. As Seneca once said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Don't waste your time with a woman who won't defend your name. Claim the standard, demand the standard, live by the standard. And victory in life and love will follow you. This is how men of strength live. This is how modern Stoics win. Number 7, she takes genuine interest in your passions. This is not some throwaway gesture. It's a flashing neon sign that says she truly values who you are. Don't confuse this with her suddenly becoming a die-hard fan of your favorite football team, obsessing over your video games, or polishing your rare watch collection like it's her own. That's not the point. The point is deeper. If she loves you, she will lean into what lights you up, not because she cares about the hobby itself, but because she cares about you. That is the blessing of Stoicism in love, noticing not the noise, but the intent. In a world where relationships have become too transactional, where too many people ask, "What can I get?" instead of "How can I give?" A woman who is truly invested in you will step into your world even if it's not her natural habitat. Be very clear, indifference is not love. A woman who shrugs off your passions and never bothers to ask questions is not making space for your soul. She's just making room for herself. But the one who loves you will not only ask about your passions. She'll listen. She'll show up. She'll cheer you on from the sidelines, even if she doesn't fully understand the game. Don't mistake that for politeness. It is emotional investment. It is her saying, "I want to see you happy, even if it's not my cup of tea." That's rare. That's powerful. That's worth noticing. The modern Stoic knows love is not about control or conversion. It is about presence and respect. When she engages in conversations about your passions, when she asks the right questions, when she shows up at your events, she's proving she is invested not only in the relationship, but in you. Don't ignore this. Don't take it lightly. Be wise enough to ask yourself, does she encourage me to pursue my passions? Or does she dismiss them as trivial? Does she make the effort to step into my world? Or is it always me bending into hers? A woman who truly loves you will share in your joy because your joy matters to her. That is the old Stoic truth about partnership. It's not about finding someone who mirrors your interests, but someone who honors them. Remember, real love isn't a trade, it's a devotion. And if she shows you this kind of genuine care, don't be foolish. Recognize it, respect it, and return it, because it's one of the clearest signs she's in it for the long haul, with you, not just with the idea of you. And if this resonates with you, drop this in the comments right now. Real love invests in my passions. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more modern Stoic wisdom. And remember, love isn't just words. It's showing up where it matters. Number 8, she shows emotional consistency. Listen carefully, gentlemen. This one isn't just important, it's a game changer. In today's world, people treat emotions like a stock market. One day it's soaring, the next day it's crashing, hot today, ice cold tomorrow. It's a roller coaster, and let's be honest, who wants to ride that ride every single day? Now here's the truth. A woman who genuinely loves you is emotionally consistent. She doesn't need to play games with your heart. She doesn't light you up with affection one day only to ghost you the next. She's steady. She's reliable. She's the calm in your storm. And that, my friend, is rare. No games, no guessing. When a woman loves you, she doesn't use her emotions as weapons. She doesn't punish you with silence or switch between affection and indifference like she's flipping a light switch. No. She gives you stability. She gives you the peace of knowing where you stand. That's not just love. That's maturity. That's security. That's a blessing of stoicism in your relationship. Think about how many men today live on edge, walking on eggshells, terrified of saying the wrong word. One careless comment, and suddenly the whole relationship feels like it's burning down. That isn't love. That's emotional blackmail. The Stoic lesson here. Stoicism teaches us this: don't get swept away by someone else's chaos. Don't chain your peace to another person's unpredictable moods. A woman who is emotionally consistent allows you to live that lesson. She becomes your safe harbor. You don't need to armor up every time you walk through the door. You can breathe. You can trust. That's a Stoic blessing you must not overlook. What love really looks like. If she's making you second-guess her feelings every other day, then you've got to ask yourself, what game is being played here? Real love doesn't keep you guessing. Real love doesn't need constant drama to feel alive. A woman who truly loves you doesn't need tricks to hold your attention. She knows her worth. More importantly, she knows your worth. She's steady because she wants the relationship to last, not because she's afraid of losing control. Consistency isn't boring, it's freedom. It's proof she's in this for the long haul. Don't confuse chaos with passion. Here's the trap many men fall into. They confuse emotional chaos with passion. They think the highs and lows mean it's real. Wrong. Passion without stability is like a fire without a fireplace. It burns the house down. What you want is the fire inside the fireplace, warmth, light, and safety. That's what emotional consistency gives you. That's the Stoic lesson you must carry. Don't be dazzled by the spark if it burns you alive. The bottom line, if she's emotionally consistent, that's not just a sign she loves you. That's the proof. That's the mark of a woman who's not here for the thrill of the game, but for the blessing of building something solid, something enduring. And if you found that, don't take it lightly. Recognize it, respect it. Because in a world full of emotional roller coasters, finding someone steady is like striking gold. Number 9, she invests in the relationship. Don't ever forget this truth: a relationship is not won at the moment you capture her heart. It is forged every single day you both choose to show up. Too many men get complacent, thinking the battle is over once she says yes. Wrong. That's when the real work begins. A woman who truly loves you doesn't sit back waiting for things to magically sustain themselves. She applies effort with discipline, persistence, and care. She invests emotionally, mentally, and physically because she understands that love is a living force that demands nourishment. As Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic, wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The same is true of love. Waste no time wondering what love should look like. See it in her actions. Does she plan time with you? Does she check in on your state of mind? Does she ensure the bond grows instead of stagnates? These are not accidents. They are deliberate choices. A modern Stoic recognizes that small daily investments matter more than occasional grand gestures. The quiet consistency of her effort outweighs the flash of fleeting romance. Communication, conflict resolution, presence. These are the cornerstones of a lasting union. When she works to resolve rather than avoid conflict. When she shows up not only in times of ease but also in moments of hardship. That is proof of commitment. Epictetus taught, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it." Likewise, she doesn't just talk about love, she lives it. Don't be fooled by convenience or empty promises. True love doesn't coast, it climbs and it pushes forward. It grows roots through effort. If she is not investing, ask yourself why. If she takes the relationship for granted, she does not honor its value. But when she invests, she proves she treasures the bond. You must respect that. You must match it. You must become a man who does the same. Living a Stoic life means you don't indulge in fantasy. You face reality with clarity and courage. Reality is this: a one-sided relationship will crumble. Balance is essential. Strength is mutual. Effort is shared. Don't drift. Don't stagnate. Don't ignore the signs. Instead, embrace the Stoic principles of discipline, resilience, and responsibility. Apply them to love as you apply them to life. As Seneca declared, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The same holds for love. Lasting love is what happens when effort meets devotion. So let her investment be the mirror that challenges you to invest as well. Rise to the level of her dedication. Refuse to settle for mediocrity. Refuse to let the bond weaken. Build, strengthen, protect. That is the path of the modern Stoic. That is the life of a man who not only finds love but also masters it. Number 10. She forgives your flaws and mistakes. Here's the truth: no man is perfect. And if you think you are, you're already walking down the wrong road. You will mess up. You'll say things you regret, make decisions that backfire, and stumble in ways you didn't see coming. But when a woman truly loves you, she doesn't put your errors on a scoreboard. She doesn't sharpen them into weapons to use later. Instead, she forgives. not because she's blind, but because she's wise enough to see the bigger picture. That is love with depth, the kind of love the old Stoic philosophers would nod at approvingly, the blessing of Stoicism in action. Don't misunderstand, forgiveness doesn't mean she tolerates disrespect or lets you trample on her dignity. A modern Stoic knows the difference between grace and weakness. She forgives because she values growth, because she understands that mistakes are part of the human fabric, and because she sees in you a man worth holding on to despite the bumps. In a world quick to cancel, discard, and walk away at the first wrong move, this quality is rare. Don't be the man who takes it for granted. Be the man who recognizes it as gold. Because love isn't tested when everything runs smooth. It's tested when things go sideways. Does she hold grudges, punish you for every slip, and replay the past like a broken record, or does she choose the harder path, the path of compassion, the path that says you failed, but I still see you, I still choose you, and we move forward together? That is the mark of a woman who's not just in love with you, but committed to the long game. And if you found her, you've stumbled onto something rare, something most men spend lifetimes searching for. You must understand her forgiveness is not weakness. It is strength wrapped in tenderness. It is not resignation. It is courage. And if you are wise, if you carry even a fraction of the modern Stoic mindset, you'll treasure her, protect her, and never weaponize her mercy against her. Because a woman who forgives is a woman who loves beyond ego, beyond pride, beyond petty scorekeeping. That is what the old Stoic would call a victory not over her, but over yourself. The victory of becoming the kind of man who deserves that love. And if you're blessed enough to have that, don't waste it, don't test it, honor it. For in forgiveness, she shows you a mirror of what real love, real resilience, and real partnership looks like. And gentlemen, that is rarer than diamonds in this noisy, impatient world. Bonus number 11. She supports your vision for the future. Now listen carefully. This is the bonus point, and trust me, it's the one that separates real love from just a fling. A woman who truly loves you doesn't just cheer for who you are today. She invests in who you will become tomorrow. That's the difference between someone who's just passing through your life and someone who's willing to build a legacy with you. Don't mistake convenience for commitment. Most people are addicted to the now. They chase comfort, quick pleasures, and easy wins. But the woman who loves you, she's not obsessed with today's comfort. She's devoted to tomorrow's vision. She sees the man inside you who's still under construction, and she wants front-row seats to the building process. Think of Marcus Aurelius and the Blessing of Stoicism. Greatness isn't built in one day. It's forged brick by brick through discipline, vision, and struggle. The same applies here. If she's willing to stand beside you as you pursue your future, then she's not just a partner. She's your ally in the trenches of life. That is rare. Most women want the finished product. They want the man who's already made it, the castle without ever lifting a stone. But if she's willing to sweat with you, to sacrifice comfort, to share the weight of your ambition, then you've found something priceless. That's one of the greatest Stoic lessons. What endures is what's built through patience, loyalty, and perseverance. Be honest with yourself. Does she challenge you to aim higher? Does she remind you of your vision when you feel like giving up? If the answer is yes, then don't take her for granted. You must guard that love. Because here's the truth, a woman who supports your vision isn't just loving the man you are. She's loving the man you're becoming. And that, my friend, is a blessing few men ever receive. There you have it. 10 qualities plus a bonus that prove she's truly in love with you. These aren't just surface-level traits. These are the qualities that define real, lasting love. If you found a woman who has these qualities, congratulations. You're one of the lucky few. But if not, it might be time to take a hard look at what you're giving and what you're getting out of your relationship. Here's my sincere advice: never settle for less than what you truly deserve. A strong, supportive relationship isn't just possible. It's the bare minimum you should expect. But it only happens when you respect yourself enough to demand it. Before you go, let me know in the comments which of these signs stood out the most to you. And if this video gave you value, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, or even join the channel membership, so we can keep building a community of men who refuse to settle for anything less than real, unconditional love. Thanks for watching, my friend. Stay strong, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next one.